Okay, so let's wait for them to join. Akovala,
Yes, Mr. Edia.
your hand is up.
Mr. Edia, please have a. Yes, please.
Ask your question.
Please, this you actually gave us this question earlier.
Yes.
Saying you gave us this question much earlier.
Yes.
And the last time we only started with A or the first part, and the first part we solved it by finding the resultant of the two vectors.
Yes.
Instead of adding it algebraically and then using that to find the resultant.
Yes.
So please, is that an alternative way?
Oh yes, I talked about that. That for P plus Q, you could use parallelogram of vectors to solve it. Okay. For P plus Q.
Without with adding the two vectors.
Come again.
Please, without adding the two vectors.
Oh, here.
Okay, you.
Here you are not resolving them into components, but you approach the method of resolving them into a parallelogram. Okay, so you try it and then get back to me. Go over it and get back to me. Maybe after the class. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with relative velocity, it's all about comparing the velocity of one body to the velocity of another. So we say that velocity of A with respect to B oh. Hello. Hello.
Say that, please. We can't hear you.
Really? Oh, then I think it's a network. But I think.
Mr. Dear, please, we can't hear you.
Is it better?
Yes.
Oh, network. Okay, let me reconnect so you rejoin. I think it's a network problem.
Let me say that you can continue now.
Okay. So V of A with respect to B means here B is the observer. So it is VA plus minus of VB or VA minus VB. All that we are saying is that to get the velocity of A with respect to B, subtract the velocity of B from the velocity of A. Okay, so it's all about subtracting the velocity of one from the velocity of another. Now, a question. I'm going to give you a question. Two vectors A and B have 10 units each. The angle between them is 60 degrees. Find I, the magnitude of A plus B. I, the magnitude of A minus B. You can easily solve for I, A plus B. So start with. Then I see how you apply A minus B. All right. So you have to look for A plus B, the magnitude of A plus B.
Stage.
Hello.
Please, is it two vectors A and B have 10 units of velocity? 10 units.
They are, is that they are vectors.
Stage.
They are, hello, they are vectors. Okay. And so their magnitudes are 10 units each. So A has a magnitude of 10,
Okay,
B 10.
thank you.
All right. Finished? Adwa? Finished? I mean with I. With I. Linda. Zanam.
Newspaper.
Finished?
No, please.
Oh, with I. Not everything, but I. Now I'm going personal. Anita. Irene. Kezia. Okay. All right. So let's look at I. Eh? Let's look at I. So two vectors A and B have 10 units each. The angle between them is 60. Find A plus B. I have some messages here. Let me check. Sanam, you can't hear me.
Please, I can hear now.
Okay. So we are told that the angle between the vectors A and B is 60. So here you are free to represent the vectors. This can be B or A. And to locate the other one, there must be an angle of 60 between them. So assuming this is 60 degrees, then I locate the vector B. 10 units. 10 units. I'm asked to find the magnitude of A plus B. So I resolve this into a parallelogram. So once this is 60, this side is parallel to this. So this is, if I extend this is also 60. Meaning that this angle is 120. So this is also B. This is A. So whichever way we look at it, B plus A or A plus B, this will be the resultant. The resultant would be here. So From triangular law of vectors, this plus this would have to give me A plus B. So I determine the magnitude of A plus B. Therefore, A plus B, using the cosine rule, A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos of 120, or A plus B equals A squared plus B squared plus 2AB cos of 60. Okay, of course, this is coming from this. Cos of 120 is equal to negative cos of minus cos of 60 degrees. So in place of cos 120, if you put, because cos 120 is equal to this, in place of this, if you put this, we'll have minus this, minus, so we'll multiply to be plus. That's why you see this. All right. Are we fine? Therefore, A plus B squared equals 10 squared plus another 10 squared plus 2 times 10 times 10 cos of 60. Cos 60 is half. So we have 100 plus 100. Cos 60 is half, so they will cancel out, plus another 100, giving you 300. 300 is equal to 10 roots of 3. So the magnitude of A plus B is equal to 10 root 3 units. And you can convert this to decimals. All right. Another way out, we can also apply another interesting way. You see, I can also put, you see, in drawing A and B, it's like having x-axis and y-axis. I'm told the angle between the vectors is 60. So in drawing A is along the x-axis, 10 units. So if I want to resolve A into components, A will be equal to 10 units and 0. Then B, to locate B, I have to measure an angle of 60 degrees from A. So it means that the angle between this A and B is 60, meaning I can resolve B into vertical and horizontal component because it makes an angle of 60 with the X, along which A is. So B resolved into component becomes 10 cos 60 and 10 sine 60. Okay, so that the component of B become 5, since cos 60 is half, and then 5 root of 3. So I have resolved A and B into components. So A plus B. Okay, let's add the coordinates together, 10 plus 5, then 0 plus 5 root of 3. So I have 15. Give me 5. 5, okay. At the end of it, we'll square. So 5 root 3. So if I want, please, can I clean this side?
Miss Lydia.
Hello. Hello.
Please, why did you add 5?
Why did I add what?
Miss Lydia, please, I'm confused as to why.
Let me go.
5.
I'm coming. Let me go over. Okay.
Miss Lydia,
Hello. I'll go over. So all that I'm doing is that I want to resolve them into components. This is A. If I draw X and Y, A is put on the X axis, meaning that the components of A are 10 units and 0, because it's along the X axis. Now to locate B, I measure an angle of 60 from the X axis or along which A is. So 60 degrees from here. Meaning this line is X axis and equally as A, the vector A. Are we fine? Then I have B. So I want to resolve B into components, vertical, horizontal, and vertical component. But the question is that what angle does B makes from the X axis? What angle? What angle does B make from the X axis? I want feedback.
60 degrees.
Good. So B is 60 degrees from the X axis along which A is. So if I want to resolve B into components, B, once it makes an angle of 60 degrees with the X, I have 10 cos of 60 as its X component and 10 sine of 60 as its Y component. So for B, cos 60 is half. So I have 5 and sine 60 is root 3 on 2. So 5 root of 3. Now I have A and then B. So let's find summation of, just as we've been doing, summation of X and summation of Y. What's the summation of X for these two? I have X component for this is 10. Okay. Then X component of B is 5. So those of you who were asking why did I add, this is the reason, right? Then
Yes.
summation Y, 0 plus 5 root of 3. So I have 15 to 5 root 3. Therefore, if I want magnitude of A plus B, this must be equal to the square root of 8x component with a 15 squared plus 8y component with a 5 root 3 squared. Put them together for me and then tell me the final value. What did you get? Hello? What did we get as our final answer?
17.32. 17.32.
Now, when we solved it using parallelogram of vectors, we had 10 root 3. What is 10 root 3?
17.32.
The same results, right?
Yes.
So whichever way you look at it, you get to the same beautiful destination. All right, so it's already 9 o'clock, and this is where we draw the curtains on. We are left with A and B to solve, which is actually what will usher us into relative velocity. So since we have another meeting on Wednesday, I'll hold on that part of the question. So we'll look at it on Wednesday. Okay, then so we can move on. All right, so if there is no question, I think I will draw the curtains on today's meeting and say bye-bye. Anyway, all right. So revise and take care of yourself for me. Okay.